Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Do It Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome to the show, y'all. Look, let me get right back to it. I'm going to get straight into the letter I was transcribing to y'all about Derek writing back to Shay about the situation they were in. And when we left off, he was asking her about the dude. He wanted to know what type of dude it was, who was it, where she meet him, and all of these different types of things. And what you got to understand is that he was saying all of these things. Well, you know what? Let me just get back to the letter, and then I'll get to the narration of it, right? So he says to her, who is this dude? Where you meet him at? And all these different types of things. I want to know, is this somebody that knows me? Is this person trying to manipulate this situation because he knows I'm in here and all this and that? Or did you just meet some random dude? Tell me. Tell me who this is. Are you trying to hide it because it's somebody that I know? I need to know what I'm up against. I need to know if I can win you back, or is it over? Derek. So when she gets the letter, she opens it and she reads it and she's feeling some type of way about it. Because this is all about Derek again. She's hurting. And she really needs him to be there for her. But he can't. He can't be there for her right now because he's fighting for what he thinks this is about. So he's manipulating the love he has for her. Doesn't mean it's not real. He's manipulating though. He's playing on it. He wants her to feel that burden. Although it's unfair, he wants her to feel that burden of love sometimes calls for sacrifice. Love sometimes calls for you to give up something that will damage the thing that we hold true, which is this relationship. He's trying to remind her of that in a way to make her say, I don't want to do this. But the feelings that she has are strong. The feelings that she has are strong. See, the truth is, she's been talking to this guy for a while now. And she's just getting her courage up. You know, Derek's been gone 4 years, you know. She's been talking to this guy for about a year now, holding him off, telling him that, you know, she just wants a friend, somebody to talk to. See, that's how it starts, you know. And before you know it, you know, that first conversation becomes the second and the third, and now you're talking every day and 3 or 4 times a day, and you're trying to juggle it, and your emotions start to get confusing, and that's where she's at. She thinks she feels something for this guy, but she knows that she loves Derek, and she doesn't want to hurt him. But she also knows that she has this desire to be with him, this guy. This wanting, this longing for this man to do something that the person she loves can't do. To touch her in a way that's going to make her feel alive again, in the way that she understands that. To make her feel like she understands a woman should feel. See, this can't be done by the phone. No. It requires the touch of a man in this situation. And you know, when you find yourself in a situation like that, you have to ask the hard question. You have to. What do I do? What do I say? And that's where she's at. So she thought by telling him the truth that he would understand that. She wants to still be with him, but she thinks that this itch that she has is a temporary thing. And wait a minute, you know, it's not like I want to be with him for the rest of my life, but I do feel something for him. See, a lot of women, not all, but a lot of women, they have this tendency to feel something emotional for the individual that they lay down with. Women, now don't get me wrong, some women are trifling as men, you feel me? But not for the most part. I don't believe that. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But see, most women will start to feel something for the person that they're going to lay down with. You see what I'm saying? Most women. Not all. Not naive, y'all. So Shay is one of those. She's feeling something. Now, What that is, I don't know. Maybe it's just happiness. Maybe it's just, a recognition that somebody sees her. You got to think about it. Her dude has been gone 4 years. He's in the penitentiary. She only gets to physically touch him once a month, and that's a hug and a peck. So now this other man that sees her, he sees her. And he's commenting in ways that Derek can only comment over the phone or in the VG. He's telling her how beautiful she is. He's telling her how happy he could make her. He's inviting her out to eat. He's taking her out to movies. He's walking her to her doorstep at night when they finish going out on a date. And when she gets home, she's feeling guilty that she's been out on a date with this man, but she's happy at the same time and can't wait until she talks to him on the phone on his way home. Because she doesn't have to worry about Derek calling because he's locked down. She don't have to worry about that. And she's happy, but she feels guilty because now being Derek's girl means that you can't do this because your man is locked up. So she keeps the secret from her friends too, because she don't want them looking at her sideways saying you a liar, you a hypocrite, or encouraging her on to do it. She don't want any of that. So she's privately and all her own carrying this burden on her back of wanting to be happy in this situation that she has with this man, and she don't want to keep this from this person that she loves, Derek. She don't want to do that. So when she writes Derek back, she tells Derek, she said, look, dear Derek, you don't know him. You don't know him. I didn't meet him at work. I didn't meet him in the grocery store. It's not important where I met him. I don't want to put you through that and have you wondering everywhere I go and all of this and that and if I'm at work or whatever, but I'm letting you know it wasn't at work. It wasn't at the grocery store. But he's a nice person. He's a nice person. And I told him that I was in love with you. I told him that I was in a relationship with someone in prison. And he just wants to be my friend. I talk to him on a regular. He calls me, I call him whenever I need to talk. And I can't get in touch with you. You can't get in touch with me. And it grew from there. It just grew from there. One thing led to another, and I have kissed him, but that's it. I haven't touched him in a way that I touched you. I haven't let him touch me in a way that I let you touch me. He's only kissed me. And I felt bad for that. And I didn't want it to go any further until I told you the truth. You told me that when you love someone, you owe them the truth. And I love you. And I'm telling you the truth. But you're making me feel like I shouldn't have told you. That I should have just kept this to myself. You would have never known. You would have never found out. Because I have no intentions of staying with him. I don't want to be with him. I want to be with you. But he makes me happy in your absence. He makes me laugh in your absence. I can depend on him in your absence. So, to answer your question, I am your ride or die. But I want to do this. And I want you to know what I'm doing. Shay. So Derek gets this letter. And he sits down and he reads it. And it's almost like his heart is going to jump out of his chest. He's frantically trying to figure out, what do I say to this? How do I respond to this? She's just told him that this man makes her laugh. This man is somebody she can depend on. all in his absence. He feels like he's being pushed to the side, y'all. He's no longer needed because he makes her laugh when he calls her. He makes her laugh in the VG. But he can't make her laugh late at night. And it bothers him. And he knows that he can't compete. He can't compete with that. What do? It's an unfair advantage. So he sits down and he decides to write her back. And he tells her, he says, Shay, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. You're asking me to give you my blessing. And I can't. I can't. But I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you. So it's either I accept what you're saying or I go on. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to tell somebody that I love them, but at the same time let them be with somebody that could take them away from me. You say that you don't want to be with him. You say that you're going to be with me when I get out, but how do you know that? You told me that you were my ride or die, that you were down for me, and now that's changed. That's changed. You're not down for me. You're down for yourself. You're not down for us. You're down for yourself. So how can I trust that when I come home it's going to be us? What if you fall in love with him? Have you thought about that? What does he want out of this? Have you thought about that? When he says he wants more, what do you say when you've given yourself to him? What do you say? What do you know about him? This is not right. It's not right. There are no guarantees. But you want me to believe that so I can say yes. And I won't. I won't. What I will say is this. If you choose to do it, it's all on you. But it's going to change what we have. There's no doubt about that. And if you come to visit me, I'll still come to visit. But I won't kiss you again. I won't hold you the way that I used to hold you. If I call you, the conversations are not going to be the same. I know this. I've watched people in here go through this. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. Trust me. And have you ever even thought about what happens if you get pregnant? What then? What then? Derek. So check this out, y'all. See, he's so desperate. He's so afraid that he's putting it all out there on the line. He's saying things that would shock the conscience. He can't say yes. He can't say yes. Because if he says yes, he's giving the green light to it. He can't imagine in his mind that someone could love someone and still be lonely. Can you do that? Could you still be in love with someone, but at the same time be lonely? I think that you could. Is that giving permission? Is that giving permission, y'all? I don't think it is. I don't think you're giving permission for somebody just because you agree that their loneliness needs attention. But see, Derek is not there yet. See, what I want y'all to understand, that's a harsh reality of being in prison. It's a harsh one, a cold one. Somebody could really love you still and be lonely. See, what you have to factor in, and what Derek hasn't factored in yet, is that the person that Shay is dealing with, she don't know him and he doesn't either. But that's going to come to light. That's going to come to light. So when Shay gets the letter from Derek, asking all of these questions and saying all of these different types of things, she sits down and she thinks about what it is that he's asking. Do you know this guy? Where is he from? What if he wants this? What if he wants that? See, she didn't think about all this. But now she is. She has to. It has to be considered. It has to be considered. So this is what Shay responds to him and says. Derek, I understand everything that you're saying, but I'm on protection. I'm on the pill. I'm not going to get pregnant. And if I do get pregnant, it'll be with your child. But I'm not getting pregnant by him. I don't want to be with him like that. And just so you know, I've already slept with him. I slept with him last night. And she dates the letter so he'll know. Can the letters get to the prison about 3 or 4 days after you write them or whatever? That's if they arrive on time, y'all. So he looks, he sees that the date, you know what I'm saying, is going to match up, right? So anyway, she continues to write the letter. And she tells him that she's already slept with him. And that she thinks that she'll spend more time with him. And he wants to take her on a trip. He wants to take her on a trip to Jamaica. And she's going to go. She had never been to Jamaica. She's never traveled outside of the country. She's never done any of that. And she says she's getting to explore life in a way that she wasn't able to do with Derek, even though she always asked him to do it. And she says, look, I'm still going to be with you. Trust me. I'm coming to visit you next month. I hope that we can have a good visit and at least be civil towards each other. Love, Shay. So like I said, when Derek gets the letter, it's 3 or 4 days later, and he reads it and he's seeing the date and he matches the date up. He matches the date up, and in his mind, he starts to remember that day, and he wasn't feeling right, and he starts to conclude in his mind with no proof or evidence at all that, you know, when he wasn't feeling right, that must have been when they were making love and all of this and that. And his mind is just racing, and he's losing control of his thoughts. He's losing control of his thoughts, and he decides that it's over. I can't do this. I'm not going to be able to do this. But this is his Hail Mary. He doesn't mean it. This is his Hail Mary. He's going to write, and he's going to tell her how he really feels, and if she continues to do this, it's over. And he runs it down by a seller, and the seller said, no, don't do that. This is something you should do in person. Wait until she comes to visit. And he tells his seller, that's a whole month away. He says, wait, you don't want to do this through a letter, you want to do it in person. And if you want to know how that turns out, you're going to have to tune in to the next episode, y'all. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.